it down. Say it loud. I'm gonna rock. Say it loud. I'm gonna rock. Look. Say it loud. I'm gonna rock. Three. Some people say it's malice. Some say it's a lot of nerve. I say we can't quit moving.
Breaking the Barriers, Episode 4, The Blues. Hi, I'm Deborah, and welcome to our fourth installment of Grand Design's Breaking the Barriers, the social impact of African American music. In this episode, we will continue exploring the genre of music that has the most significant impact on American pop, the mother of rhythm and blues, the grandmother of rock and roll, and the great-grandmother of country, western, and bluegrass. It's called the blues. The structure is simple. Blues music is mostly known for addressing the woes and stresses of everyday life. The sound is identified through deep, heavy grooves and a steady driving rhythm, making the sound compelling and magical. Have you ever played your favorite song to help you get over a heartbreak or a challenging situation? Here on Breaking the Barriers, we previously explored the lifespan and development of gospel music, spirituals, work songs, including its influence on the Christian music genre. Well, the blues is an apple that doesn't fall far from the family's tree. As plantation life for Black folks switched from slavery into sharecropping and migration from the South to Midwest, cities like Chicago, the blues began to redefine American music to reflect a new beginning of our experiences. As we continue discussing the progressive development of this art form, we will also highlight amazing people who created it. When it comes to the blues, these elements are dominant and definitive. A song structure taken directly from gospel music, although the topics are relatively secular. This is why, in its infancy, it was often deemed the devil's music by naysayers. One of the earliest forms of blues music is known as the Delta Blues from the Mississippi Delta region. It spanned from Memphis, Tennessee to Vicksburg, Mississippi, all the way down to Helena, Arkansas. More than a musical style, it was a stream of consciousness that lived within the people and within the region. It was in expressing their pain from the despair and confinement of the American social order during that time. For example, during the 20th century, blues musicians were considered the poorest people performing with makeshift instruments, such as tin cans, washboards, and jugs. In fact, anything folks could get a tone out of was turned into an instrument.
But still in my heart you bleed forever mine.
like to introduce our special guest joining us for the 4th installation of Breaking the Barrier. Please welcome my guest and my friend, Ms. Hazel Miller.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm impressed.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, I'm flattered.
You know, you are known as one of Denver's top blues and jazz artists. I didn't know if you knew that. But you are.
Okay.
Yeah. So why don't you give us some background on your journey to blues?
It wasn't really a journey. It was always there. My family, my father's family is Catholic. My mother's Baptist. So on
Okay.
Sundays, she got to stay home and listen to the radio, and we had to march up the street and go to Mass. So when we get home, the gospel would be going off and the blues would be coming on. And we did our chores listening to the blues. And then after that, it was jazz. And so it's always been there for me. I don't remember not having blues on Sunday mornings.
Really? Okay, so is there something about gospel that really influenced you as a blues artist?
When I was little, I thought it was the same thing.
Okay.
Because that same enthusiasm and that same fire was present in gospel, just like it was in blues.
Right.
And of course, when you listen to Ella Fitzgerald and Sarah Vaughan,
Yes.
you know they've been listening to blues and gospel all their lives. So it was all I knew.
Right.
It was so we went from hearing Agnus Dei qui tollis peccata mundi and coming home to don't get around much anymore.
That's what I'm talking about.
and it was the same for me. So I don't know anything other than having that music in my head all the time.
Right. So tell me, do you believe that the cultural expression is one and the same, regardless of the genre of music?
No. I think America is blessed to have us on this continent because we have changed everything about music and culture in this country. Jazz is the only modern music that the world has embraced in over 400 years. And that music came out of blues, which came out of gospel, which came out of field songs, which came out of slavery. And that's who we are. Everything about us has changed the world.
Yes.
I was in Japan, and there's these rap guys on the corner rapping in Japanese.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
So we influence the world. Right.
they
with
are
our
copying
music.
us all over the world. So
So please name a few women in blues, because we know that women kind of started.
Bessie Smith, Memphis Minnie. Memphis Minnie used to dress like a man, and she played electric guitar.
Really?
It is rumored, and recently someone said they could prove it, she taught Elvis Presley how to play electric guitar. She toured dressed like a man because it was the only way she could get jobs and not be treated badly. And we all know that Bessie Smith, with all the music she gave to the world, died broke.
Yeah.
And Memphis Minnie was an inspiration to me. I mean, Bonnie Raitt,
Yes.
Ella Fitzgerald. I mean, this woman, she was shouting the blues back and playing guitar back when electric guitars were so new that very few people knew about them. And I'm a big fan of Etta James.
Yes.
Etta works it for me. Ain't nobody sing a love song like Etta James. She make you cry.
Yeah.
But there's some ladies that have always had our ear.
Mm-hmm.
Denise LaSalle.
Right.
And maybe the world doesn't know about them, but we do.
I know. That's our history.
Mm-hmm.
That is what keeps us going. We have to continue to preserve, perpetuate our music.
Mm-hmm.
So when we listen to blues music for you, what is the most important takeaway?
that you feel better when that song is over. There is no way you can listen to the blues and still be sad. Even if the song is sad, you lift it up.
Right.
Simply because you're not the only one that feels bad.
Right. And that's what blues is, the expression of feeling bad. That's really how
Let it
came out. Let it out.
Let it out. Don't carry it around. Let it go. Let it go.
So who are some of the other leaders, you know, in contemporary blues that really kind of influence you?
Now, oddly enough, there's some new ladies out there that I'm not quite thrilled with.
Okay.
I'm still in my generation. I haven't heard anybody really new except there's a young lady whose name, because I'm old, her name just went right out of my head. But I haven't heard any really new voices that grab me.
Right.
So I'm still digging on, you know, Denise LaSalle, and there's a lovely young lady named Katie. She's one of the last projects that Denise LaSalle produced before she passed away last year.
Okay.
And all I can remember is her first name is Katie.
Right.
But Bonnie Raitt is shocked me.
Right.
First time I heard Bonnie on the radio, I thought she was black.
Yes. Everybody did,
I did.
think.
I
Everybody
thought
thought
she
she
was
was.
So I rushed on down to see her, and there's this little skinny white girl. And I've been
But she
following her
does
ever
blues
since.
very well. She does.
And she plays slide guitar like.
Yeah. All right, so what do you believe is the future of blues? I mean, where do you think it's going?
I think blues has been incorporated by everybody from the Beatles to some of the new rappers are their lyrics are reminding me of old blues songs.
Right.
And the blues will never go away. They can't.
Do you think it's the rhythm that comes out of some of the rap music that they, you know, maybe sampled or, you know?
I think the age of rebellion in rap might be a little bit over, and I think what they're looking for is what the blues has always been, that universal voice
Right.
that tells us all that we're all going through the same thing.
Right.
And you might as well sing about it, rap about it, because basically we're all the same. It's just that outer shell that everybody makes a big fuss about.
Right. Well, thank you so much. Do you have any last words that you'd like to say to the audience from an educational standpoint of encouraging young people?
Make them know that the projects that they have, that they want, are important, and they need to be heard. And if anybody out there is looking for a place to be heard, go to hazelmiller.biz, tell me you got something you want to say, and I'll let you come sing it on my stage.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You know I love you, girl. Come on now.
Okay.
I like the way Aretha touches a song. So because all of you love this man as much as you love him, this is from all of us to you. To know that you have been a bridge for all of us. We hope we can be a bridge for you. Now you know why we've been playing together 40 years. Don't you ride on water, live alone. Why don't you let it be? Still wanna run deep. in my hand. I don't need your portrait, dear, to call you to mind. Sleeping or waking, dear, I find the very thought of you and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone really ought to do. I'm living in a kind of daydream. I'm as happy as a queen and foolish though it may seem to me. That's the mere idea of you. Longing for you. You never know how slow the moments go till I'm with you. I see your face in every flower, your eyes in the stone of mine. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you, my true love.
Breaking barriers through songs is what they knew best. Many may not realize that the first successful blues musicians were black women. Mamie Smith recorded Crazy Blues in 1920. It was a huge success. Bessie Smith, also known as the Empress of the Blues, was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where she began her career as a dancer. She began performing songs, touring for 10 years. Bessie later signed to Columbia Records in 1923. Whereas black men were expected to portray characters, women could be more self-actualized because they were not perceived as threatening as men. Overall, the innovation and resourcefulness of the blues sound further supports the root of creativity as a form of self-expression towards the resistance of oppression. Thank you so much for tuning into Breaking the Barriers, the social impact of African American music. I hope you have enjoyed this as much as I have. Blues music is a human experience, an expression. We can all relate to the woes and the stresses of life that transform the energy into something positive through song. I appreciate knowing that people from the very bottom of the richest country in the world can create a sound that people from all walks of life around the globe can relate to and benefit from. I would like to thank our guest, Ms. Hazel Miller, for being a part of this episode with us. It has truly been an honor to have her. Please remember to tune in next time as we continue this series, A Journey of History, Heritage, Culture, and Triumph. Thank you so much for being a part of Grand Design's Breaking the Barrier. Whatever you do, don't stop the music.
just what you wanted to hear from me. Your friends are now my friends. I left all of mine behind. Won't you tell me, please? I really like to know. To go, or does it matter anymore? How was I to know I'm more shattered than before? The pain of all my past comes crushing down inside. I ask myself, I really like to know, who am I? Once I used to feel, once I used to try. Oh, once I used to laugh. Please tell me why. Now the dream has died, and in a way, so did I. Gone through the years, I drowned in my tears. I've learned how to laugh and to live with my fears.